That's nothing to have a high-quality, nutritious food for a wolverine. I assume they eat... Well, I assume they eat whatever the heck they feel like, frankly. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of Planet Zoo here in Dave's Awesome Zoo, where all the guests are checking out the cuddly new baby grizzly bear. But we don't have time for grizzly bears today. We're going to make some very big changes to the zoo. And we're going to start over on Habitat 24, because this is gargantuan. It's mammoth. It's one of the biggest things ever in the history of big things. And I've been told several times in comments, this is way too big, Dave. This is ginormous. The animals don't need that big a space. And this is why it's costing you like $16,000 a month to keep this up and running. It's a bit of a disappointment because I'd love to have a huge enclosure like this. But I'm also told that apparently the guests aren't that crazy about it because they can't see the animals very clearly from one side to the other. So they'd actually prefer a smaller encounter. Now, we have more expensive enclosures around here. We've got way more expensive. Let me just go to, flat out running costs here. Habitat 10 is costing me $30K, but that's the sea lions. I kind of need those guys. They're awesome. What I could do, and I was told this in comments, again, thank you always to the comment section in Planet Zoo. You guys are super helpful without telling me I'm catastrophically stupid, which is what I endure every single day. One thing I was told, maybe advised, is we could lower the heights of the barriers a tiny little bit, because that will help with the running costs, although I can't lower them too much, otherwise all the water is going to come out. What if I just try and lower the bits that are up top, where the water isn't? So if we took this all the way over, say, to there, and then lowered that down, because sea lions are not known for their ability to jump. In fact, I've never seen a sea lion jump, ever. And I've watched a lot of nature documentaries, not specifically on sea lions, to be sure, but I've watched more than a few nature documentaries. Everything I've ever seen about sea lions, not one of them focused on their jumping ability. So if we take this down to, say, that, like just under 3 meters, which I think is like a gallon or 8 miles or something like that, that's got to be good. I mean, there's no sea lion getting over that. The guy can't get over it, and he can jump better than a sea lion. Let's see, I'm sure I'm going to have to turn the game on and off again, or, off and on again, or one of those two things. I'm going to have to get things kicked in here for that to take effect, but we'll have a look at that in the future. Now, back to ginormous Habitat 24. So if I box up all of the animals, did that just do the buffaloes, or did that do everybody? Let's very tentatively tick things on a little bit here. All right, I just saw a bunch of things in boxes. Did that do everybody? How about the ostriches? Yeah, it looks like they're all in boxes here. Okay, all of those guys have to get stored. How do I store them? Hang on, slam that into pause mode again. I know there's a way to... Oh, I needed to send them into store. Okay, unbox all the animals. Okay, unbox everybody. And then pause again, because there's a billion pop-ups that are going to come up. I want to send all of these guys to storage. I can do it probably like this. Okay, it's a little bit, as the Geek Cupboard might say, it's a little bit of a faff, but I think I can do it this way. Now that's probably going to take a bit. All right, they're all boxed up. Oh no, they just got automatically moved. Oh, perfect. Okay, I thought like maybe the keeper or the vet would have to come over and do each one individually. No, okay. There's now nothing in this habitat. Great. That's how we're going to begin. How do I move this forward? I had the beginning of a plan, as I often do. I have big visions, and then I'm not really sure of the fine-tuned details of them. My idea was to delete this enclosure, delete the habitat, and then carve it up into 3 smaller habitats for each of the animals that I took out. So can I, just as a whole, just delete this entire barrier? Okay, no more barrier. It's gone. Took me a few fidgety clicks to get that right, but it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. Now, how are we going to carve this up? I kind of need to do everything sort of back to front. I really don't have a plan. I want to stress that very highly. I have no plan for this. I am reluctant to get rid of my cave because it's a perfectly good cave. There's no reason we shouldn't have a cave there. So maybe over here, we could just do a small encounter over here. Do I have a path that I could link this up to? Kind of eventually, yes. I could sneak a path out here, but let's not worry. Yeah, see, the problem with here is there's only going to be one decent spot to look at the animals from, and it's right here. Maybe the cave. I'm just thinking out loud to myself. It's kind of the nature of the channel. Maybe the cave needs to live somewhere else in the future. Like, I sort of cut the barrier down here, and then later on, maybe that can be something for some other animal. But right now, I need to focus on this because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be paying for those guys in storage. So they either need to get moved out to another zoo and sold, or I need to get them back in an enclosure. Now, I've already got the slow feeder over here, so I may as well maybe keep this for the ostriches. We're going to try and make this fairly tight as I can anyway. So maybe, yeah, over this little hill and then start to bring it immediately back here. Let's try to have this be a vaguely sensible size. I don't immediately remember how much space an ostrich needs, but I'll figure it out as we go along. Again, visions, not plans, visions. Dave, you forgot to put the windows in. Chief, you didn't put a single window in there. Let's bring that back, and let's bring this back. All of this back here can be concrete. There's no real reason for that to be windowed at all. So there's no real kind of path here, so that's largely irrelevant. No, don't do that thing. No. Do the thing where we move things around. Yeah, bring this guy over here. Sure, like that. And then put in windows in there, kid. Okay, and then a gate. I've actually got a very convenient staff path over here, so that'll work out fairly well. This is going to mess up all of my work zones too, isn't it? Yeah, because I've deleted stuff that people were in work zones. I assume they'll just go back to default, go wherever they feel, free roaming, free range keepers, rather than just trying to work in a work zone that doesn't exist anymore. We'll see how that goes. But there's a thing that I've done. Now let's do a little bit of water just to, well, just have a little bit of water for the guys, frankly. So just a touch, just a tiny little puddle there is about all we're going to do. And then put some water in there. That should be, yeah, that should be well within range, very well within range of that water treatment over there. Okay, I got a food thing, I got a water thing, and I've got another food thing if we need it. Can I now, I won't have any hard shelter, but I'll begin to cope with that when they get here. Can I now put my ostriches back in here? You know what, I got a lot of ostriches. I don't think I actually need this many ostriches. There's one male, one female. Why don't I just pick off the ones that I can't sell? That might be a good idea. No, it's actually just that one guy. Okay, we'll put in 2 females. All right, so we're going to have 3 ostriches in here. That's it. And then I think I might turn on... Do I want to turn on contraception? Because what that's going to mean is ostriches are going to die. Because that's the nature of life. And death, for that matter. Mostly the death part. So ostriches are going to die. And I'm going to not notice that this habitat is empty in about a game year from now. And I'm going to come by here and go, what did I have in there? Does anyone remember it? I'm going to ask comments like, do you guys remember if I had ostriches in there or buffaloes? What did I have in there? And it's going to be like a week later and I'm going to see your comment that says, you had ostriches in there and they all died, you silly fool. So I think for right now, I will keep them breeding. Oh, I can't quick trade these guys? Oh, I can't quick trade you. Okay, just you. So the other 3 I should be able to trade, right? Give me... All right, I'll do it one at a time. I don't care. I got to get rid of these tortoises, too. I got to get rid of the tortoises. I'm feeding these guys. You're talking about money all the time, Dave. I'm feeding these guys in storage. So why can I not get rid of any of you? I can't quick trade any of you at all. I'd love for you to get out of a box and dead. I know, that sounds horrible when you say it out loud, but these tortoises have been the bane of my existence this entire time. Why can I not quick trade you? I don't have the little alert here that says can't be released to the wild. I must have just paid cash for them, and therefore I can't get rid of them. You I can't release, I know you. Let's do something sensible. Let's turn this game on for a brief second here. Now the ostriches, yes I know. Yes, I know. It does not... Okay, I'm going to have to delete that. I knew the game was going to be fussy about that. Okay, hang on, I'll deal. Problem is I don't actually know what that work zone was. Was it Rhino Town? 0 habitats. Okay, it's got to be that one. 0 habitats, because there are no habitats in there. Okay, let's just delete that. Was that my other rhino, though? Oh well, you know what? We'll figure it out. I'd like to say I always do, but mostly Comments does that. And let's get some kind of hard shelter up for the ostriches. So show me only things that ostriches are into, please. I only want red hot ostrich technology right now. Let's just keep it nice and simple for these guys. Nice little brick enclosure right up here. And we'll put some sleeping spot. You know, I never use the leaf one. I'm going to use the leaf one. I'm going nuts today. I'm just going crazy. We're going to use the leaf one for these guys. Hopefully they're medium-sized animals. How are you guys doing? I know it was a bit of a jarring experience for you. Enrichment you don't have enough of. That's fine. I can deal with that. So how about you have an herb scent marker right there, and maybe the sprinkler. Everybody loves the sprinkler. And how about food enrichment? You've got the slow feeder, so you're pretty good on that. What particular enrichment are you lacking? Interspecies bonus. Yeah, we ain't doing that anymore. You could use a little bit of toy enrichment. Sure, have a rubber ducky. Now change the signs, because the signs aren't accurate anymore. So common ostrich for you. We've got a donation box over there. Maybe a nice speaker telling people about ostriches. Let's do something along those lines. So is that facilities? Oh, I never remember. Yeah, it's media devices. Oh, also, hang on, slam that into pause mode. I've gotten a few comments saying I need a different board for the conservation stuff. There's a specific conservation board that I'm not getting here. I gotta tell you guys, I'm not seeing it in here. I don't see something that specifically says conservation board. I was even told the price of it, and I don't see that here either. So it's obviously something I'm critically missing. Maybe it's in another tab that I'm not aware of, but while I'm here, my patrons are dumb as a bag of rocks in this zoo, so let's put up more things to educate them. So you're going to yell at people about ostriches and go, hey, ostrich info right here. And let's put up one of the kids' ones, too. How about the soundboard? So you can, like, pretend to be an ostrich or something. Okay, how are you doing on everything else? Everything else is looking really, really good. Yep, welfare looking very, very good. Okay, that is part one of the big plan here. Now, turn this on for a few seconds here. Will the game tell me how much this is going to cost me now? What is this? What habitat is this? This is 29. Okay, first things first, we could probably start to call these things something else so I know what lives in here. Yeah, I know, I should have done this like a million years ago because I can't keep track of all these things, but I just didn't. Honestly, I didn't think the game was going to last this long. I thought I'd be flat broke. And indeed, I have been a few times, but we've managed to crawl back, and that's what we're doing again, trying to crawl back. Now, we've already got an alert. What's the alert? What's the problem? Available food. Yeah, no, that's no problem. Somebody will get over there at some point in time, I'm sure. In fact, let's just get a keeper over there. Okay, so that is now the ostrich encounter, much, much smaller than it used to be. And the guests are just going to have to deal. It's a fairly good viewing area. I feel you could see right across there. So the whole point of that little exercise is, will the game now tell me how much that is costing me on a day-to-day basis? So habitats, running costs. Ostrich currently costing me 0. Fantastic, I've solved all my problems. I know, the game's going to have to tick along a little better to actually get an accurate number on that. Okay, who else is costing me a lot of money? Well, actually, before you do that, Dave, you've got some more boxed up animals, don't you? Hang on, let me deal with Chloe real quick here. Chloe, do you need another cooler? You probably need another cooler around here. So, cooler and cooler. Yeah, I kind of see where you're going with that, Chloe. It's a little warm over here. You ain't wrong about that. Let me put another cooler down here, and anyone else, everywhere else it's kind of warm. How about over here? It's a little toasty over here, if you're a penguin. You know what? While I'm over here, how's my Wolverine doing? Wolverine doing good? You having a good time, kid? Yeah, you're getting grade 1 food quality. Again, I've been advised in comments to lower the food quality. I'm going to stand by my argument here that it's not actually that big a jump to get really good, nutritious food for the animals. It's a cost I'm willing to suck up, frankly. So between grade 1 and grade 2, it's only like 20 bucks. 20 bucks per feed. That's nothing to have a high-quality, nutritious food for a Wolverine. I assume they eat whatever the heck they feel like, frankly. So I'm going to leave this area over here blank. Actually, is that a good idea? Because there is a decent path running through here. but people have to walk all the way around. Let's focus on where the people are rather than where the people aren't. This area over here might just end up being dead space. Oh, also, I should get rid of all of these things over here because we don't need those, and that's some quick money I can make. You know, if I focus on getting those 3 animals back within this little strip of path, so the buffaloes and the rhinos, then later I can do the same thing over here and just get several small encounters rather than one ginormous one. I'll probably have to take that water out, but that's not a big deal. In fact, you know what? While that's just on my mind, I'm just going to do that right now. So take the water out of here. Thank you. And then I'm just going to smooth that all back and put it back to normal. There we go. And that can just kind of sit there as some dead space. You know, while I'm here, I'll just do this one as well. It kills me. I really liked that enclosure. I really liked Mega Enclosure, but it's clearly costing us a fortune to keep this up and running. Okay, how about we try to get, well, the rhinos back in. Those are a pretty big draw. So back to concrete, and then I'll figure out windows as we go along. How high can a rhino jump? And my answer is probably not very high. I gotta figure about 2.5 meters is the average length of a rhino jump. Now, I don't know that. Again, my nature documentary consumption may be on the higher side, but also not really focused on rhinos. I've also done this in brick when I meant to do it in concrete, because rhinos will bust through just about anything. Could I, in theory, I could get a small path later, not today, but later, get a small path to run out of here. I know it's obstructed. I'm just clicking on things to show the viewers. Calm down. So a small path to run out here and then over there to kind of go behind these other smaller encounters. Oh, I've got plans now. Oh, it's all starting to come together. The visions in my head are yeah, I know, I have visions. All right, so let's redo, first of all of that in concrete, which is nice grade 6 stuff. And then I want to get individual pieces in glass, or rather with windows more than anything. So like these 3, like that. Do I want to? Yeah, because I will probably put a path going out here. That way everyone can kind of walk around all of these smaller enclosures. In fact, I might take that path out. No, focus on what you're doing, man. Focus on what you're doing. Just put windows in. All right, you got windows now. Now, what I really didn't anticipate or indeed look at all is if this is going to be big enough for rhinos. I've got 2 of them. You know what? I'm just going to throw them in here and see how it goes, because that's basically how I live my life, and I refuse to apologize for that. So put those guys in there, and then I'll figure out what they need later. I mean, if necessary, if it's too small, I can beef that up a little bit. I can take that further back. Although I should probably take it further along, Dave, further along, so more people can see it. What is this? Oh, it's the tour point. Yeah, I'm going to have to renegotiate the tour a little bit. Yeah, I totally forgot about the tour. So let's actually just go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so people who are on the tour have a little bit more rhino viewing area there. So let's make that like that. And then this, no. We liked it the first time. This bit, no, come on. There we go, fix yourself. And then throw some windows in there. Okay. And when the rhinos get here, I'm going to hover right here. When the rhinos get here, I'm going to make sure to put that tour point back onto rhino technology so people can learn, you know, all about rhinos. And in fact, while I'm waiting for them to show up, wouldn't be a bad idea if I had another one of these around here. So let's duplicate that. Put that guy maybe over here, over here, like that. And then maybe one of the speakers, too. Just yell at people about rhinos. No, not the ambiance one. Oh, did I? No, it was definitely the educational speaker, because I shouted about ostriches. Guys, if you could get my rhinos in here, I need to change up my signs a little bit. Could you throw a rhino down, please? Okay, 1 rhino in place. All right, everyone grind to a halt here. Grind to a halt. Okay, no, don't open the tour manager. I was doing it right the first time. We just need to talk about rhinos, okay? And you are going to talk about rhinos, And you are going to yell about rhinos. Except you can't yell too loud because there's absolutely no power there. While I just happen to be looking at the mud bath, which I'll probably end up putting back for the buffaloes at some point, get rid of all of these things here because I got to find somewhere to put some power in without completely interrupting this because I really like a path to go here. So let's get rid of you, and then let's put up a solar panel right about, will that cover both of those? That will, yeah, that'll cover both of those, and then the other ones are already covered. So let's get one of you guys to live right about here. That will give me still plenty of room to do a path going up the middle. Okay, so you're on rhinos, and you're on rhinos. Everybody's on rhino technology. Now, the rhinos themselves are going to be wicked freaking sad, but both of them are here. Okay, just get yourself out of the box. Keeper goes out the door. Now I can focus on making the rhinos happy. My biggest concern is size. Okay, right now it's social. And, you don't have enough space. Yep, I thought that might be a problem. Okay, I can make this bigger. So right now this is 992 square meters. How much do you actually need per se? So go to where the Zoopedia thing. So the white rhino, what are you, like your southern white rhino, I think. Okay, how much space do you actually need? 1275 for one. Actually, that's 1275 technically for one adult. 1800 for two of you. Okay, and I have what again? Talk to me about this one more time, please. 992. Okay, I don't need to bump it up too much. Unfortunately, we're going to need to box up the rhinos again, otherwise they're going to escape. Well, if we're going to do that, let's give people a little bit more viewing area down on the path here. That's not a bad idea. And then we'll make it bigger in the back as well. So let's give them like one more. One more. Yeah, we're redoing this game. I'll give them one more like panel of viewable area there. I'll go back and put a window in the fullness of time. And let's make this quite a bit bigger. In fact, this one will take out past here. That'll probably, the people who are on the monorail will probably love this. They're gonna go right through the enclosure. It's bigger than I want it to be, but you know the rhinos need some space. I can't really help that. All right, what do you tap out at now? 2,300. Okay, more than enough room for two adult rhinos. Let's, while I've got no rhinos in play, I may as well start prettying the place up a little bit. I don't think they really care much about water, but I just like having a nice water feature. I think it's cool. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a pond over here. Again, nothing much because I don't want to shave down the area too much. Did we not even get enough for any sort of water in there? How about a little bit more like that? And then add water. There we go. Little tiny pool for these guys. Apparently the rhinos are into the same sort of gyro thing that the elephants are into, so I'm going to give them one of those. And then some kind of hard shelter would obviously be key. Wow, they like everything. They like the tire, they like the watermelon. I mean, who doesn't, I say? But let's get them some kind of hard shelter they can live in. Oh, you guys are into the mud bath. I just deleted one of those, but now you can have another one. Let's tuck the shelter way at the back here. I don't know really how rhinos feel about privacy. I could look it up on their Zoopedia, but I'm clearly not going to do that. And I feel that rhino is an extra large animal, so let's go put a couple of those down there. I don't know, do you want maybe like another one? No, you want hard shelter. You definitely want hard shelter. Okay, feeding stuff. A big, large food trough right here. And they've got water in the pond, but I just like to put down the water thing anyway, because it just makes me feel better. You know what you didn't check, Dave, is if that water is going to be in range of any water treatment plants at all. It may or may not be. We'll have to kind of cover that as it goes along. I could possibly just do, instead of the sort of, I don't know, citizen path here, the guest path here, I could do a staff path around there. And then, ooh, but no, I really want people to be able to go around the back of that later. I could put a staff path out here and just slam a water treatment thing in there. Maybe kind of bury it over here. You know what? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yeah, the rhinos are into like these little privacy screens here, so I'm going to give them a couple of those. I'm going to give them a little private area back in the trees here. And you know what? I'm going to give you some more trees as well. Well, eventually I will. Yeah, we're done. No, we're done with the thing. Thank you. No. Oh, no, all of this can go away. I've made all of that one thing, and I didn't want to do that. But duplicate a couple more of these. So let's do Yeah, nice little shady area. If I were a rhino, I'd be hanging out there all the time. And you can have one of the herb scent markers back there, maybe in your little privacy area. Hanging barrel feeder for a little food variety. There we go, food enrichment. And maybe, yeah, I'm going to spoil you guys. I'm going to give you a tire. Okay, so all of those things in play. Now we can put the rhinos back in again. Okay, what else is going on around here? Tickets are overpriced. No, they're not. They're fine. Vet research is complete. Is that on Red Hot Wolverine action? Yes, and my Brazilian Wandering Spider. I'll have to check in with those guys. I'm sure we've got another, like, update to their environment that we could be doing. Is there anyone we're not researching? Are we out of brown snakes? We're... No vet assigned, really? Maybe I didn't assign a vet to that. Clearly, I think we have some, because you're giving me the option of doing it. So, Chris, go check out brown snakes. I'm sure they're real fun. Oh, hang on. This is not correct for ostriches. Slam it back into pause mode there. Apparently no suitable species for that. How about the slow feeder? Because we had a lot, or rather the forage box, excuse me. We had a lot of problems with that. It does say accessible, and you do have ostriches listed here. Okay, that's fine. Let's put in a regular food thing for these guys, because I feel that's kind of important. I'm just going to put in a regular food bowl there. Food trough, whatever it is. Food thingamajiggy there. Okay, get that back on. So everything else should be fine in there. And you know what? While we're here, why don't we just get a keeper over there? Tickets are overpriced. No, they're not. No, they're not. Wait, did we just get... We just magically got a baby rhino out of nowhere. I don't even think the other rhinos have been boxed up and put back in here yet, have they? How did we get a baby rhino? What's the problem with your space? What space issues do you have? Insufficient area. This thing is pretty big, man. Yeah, this place is pretty darn big. Is it a different kind of space that you need? Well, first things first, I can mess with their terrain there, because that's not correct. So you need less short grass and more soil. Okay, that part I can do. Are you kidding me on the space, man? I just, like, doubled the size of this. This is... Maybe I'll just get rid of one rhino if we've got a baby in here. Okay, focus on things here. So you need less short grass, more soil. That I can cover. Navigable land. Okay, no, I know. Protesters, yeah, they're terrible. Everything is awful. Navigable land. Maybe I should get rid of the water. Or I can just extend this out again. I can bring this all the way back here. Wow, rhinos do need a lot of space. I'm not saying they don't, but I don't want this to be another ginormous thing that's costing me a fortune. That's the problem. What if I take out a rhino? What if I just remove a rhino from the equation here? Apparently, we've got a baby rhino in here. Where did you just go? There you are. There you are. Were you literally, like, just born? No, you're 4.8 years old. Where did you come from? Were you, like, part of your parent when I boxed you up? Because I only boxed up 2 rhinos. So you're a male... How... Okay, let's start from fundamentals. How many rhinos live in the encounter? 2. Okay. What if I just got rid of you? Can I do anything with you? I can box you up, or I can send to storage. Okay, I'm going to send you to storage for right now. And then when what I believe is your mom dies... You can live here. And also, let's make sure we turn all the signs and things back on here. So there we go. All right. Now, does that make you happy? You don't have... I still don't have enough space. You still don't have enough space. Are you kidding me, kid? You're almost there. Maybe I take out the water. Okay, let's see if I can if that will help things. Go back to this here, and go back to that. No, that one. Oh, no hard shelter. Are you sure? Because I put this down over here specifically for you. Okay, we're about to lose a grizzly bear. Okay, the rhinos are causing me problems now. All right, how about if I give you a bigger area, all right? Bigger area for you right there, and then put in the large, yeah, like the extra large bedding and stuff. There we go. 2 of those right there. Now, let's get rid of the water, see if that helps the issue here. So... Water go away, thank you. And then smooth all of this back out to what it used to be. And then put some soil back in, because these guys don't like the short grass. Okay. Does that, let's turn the game on here. Does that actually help matters? Are you a little bit happier? I've kicked your child out of here. I've given you a bigger house, and I took away your pond. Grizzly bear just died. I'll come back to the, oh, wow. Just right there and then. Okay, how many, actually, you know what? While I happen to be looking at this... this could be another barrier that we lower a little bit. Grizzly bears can probably jump a little bit, but not that much. So let's take that down a little bit like that. That might shave some costs down there. Okay, go back to things that I was doing before I did those things. Go back to that. How many grizzly bears do I have left in here? Please, more than one. Yep, two. Two males. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Okay, you're going to get all fighty, aren't you? You're going to get wicked fighty, Yates and Daryl here. Okay. I don't know. I don't think you're going to get fighty until Daryl becomes an adult. Right now, I think you're chill with him. So, you know, while I happen to be looking at it, between grade 3 and grade 1, about 400 bucks. How about we split the difference, comment section? Okay, you and I, comment section. How about we split the difference? We'll give him grade 2 food quality as a cost-cutting measure. Well, the protesters have buggered off, so hopefully that means the rhino... Yeah, the rhino's fine now. So this is really only going to support a solitary rhino. 2 is not going to cut it around here, and that's a big enclosure for 2 of these guys. Speaking of which, hey, Dave, while you're here, why don't you actually tell yourself what this is? Okay, so this is white rhino territory here. So now when I go into my little budgetary thing, I'll have a much better idea of what's costing me what without actually having to scan around the entire zoo. That's probably tickets overpriced, isn't it? Yep, tickets are overpriced. They're really not, gang. They're really not. Now, hopefully this will not mess with the navigable area issue, but I really would just like to throw 1 or 2 trees around here just to make it slightly more interesting looking. So how about a tree right over there? And then I like these little bushes down here. Let's get a few of those. Dangerous fighting. Okay, the otters are having a bit of a flummox. I'll be over in a bit. Now, the otters, I'll grant you, are costing me quite a bit of a difference between grade 1, 2, and 3 food quality. There's $1,000 between each of those. I'm again going to split the difference and drop it down to grade 2. I'm assuming this is largely because of quantity. I just have an obscene amount of otters. I have so many otters right now. So another comment came in and said, you know, you're always trading these guys away from magic leaf points. Maybe you box them up and sell them. How about you make some money on the otters? Because who wouldn't want a giant otter? If you said to me, I got a giant otter in my car, in the trunk of my car right now, I've got a giant otter, I will give this giant otter to you for like $100 or something. I'd be like, yeah, I could probably scare up $100 for a giant otter. All right, so I just boxed up about half of our otters there. That brings us down to 10. You know what? I could take out a few more. What's your problem? You're injured. Okay, can somebody get a vet over there, please? That'd be the dangerous overfighting, I imagine. Now, with that done, with you guys in the trade center, are you actually in the trade center, first of all? Have you been moved over at this point? Has someone attended to your needs? You have. Okay. There's my white rhino. I'm going to have to sit on that rhino for a while. And again, I'm paying for that. I'm totally paying for that. And I still got to deal with the buffaloes. And all of these tortoises. Maybe I finally break down and put all the tortoises somewhere. In the meantime, though, people are happy to pay me $8,000 for a big box of otters, so yeah, off you go. Off you go. Quick $8,000 right there. Yeah, that's it. You know what? I've got plenty of magic leaf points. I have almost 40,000 magic leaf points. I believe I could purchase every animal that is currently in the trading center for magic leaf points. I don't need any more of those. While I happen to be looking right at this is the otter one again. This is another barrier I could probably lower. Do please let me know in comments, because I was told a couple of times, you know, you don't make the barriers so darn tall, man. These animals aren't jumping out of here. How is that is that going to be a big effect on my money? I know I could look at it myself, but I prefer to rely on the comment section. Is that going to be a big effect on my money? Should I go around every single barrier and lower them all to the correct height while I'm here? Or is it like just a nominal price change? How are my capybaras doing? Because they are often having issues in their hygiene. So how about Armando and Claudio? We don't really need all of you. Let's box you up, send you to the trade center, and see if anyone wants to buy on a capybara. Oh, no. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Stop doing that. The giraffe enclosure is the next thing that I've got to get done. I've got to renegotiate this entire enclosure. Has it been, by the way, long enough that we could look at budgetary issues? Oh, hi, what did we do? We did more brown snake technology. Fantastic. I was actually going to look at animals and habitats And how much is this costing me now? Yeah, still no info on the ostriches or white rhinos. Maybe it needs to run for like a year or something, a game year, before I'm going to get told about that. Habitat 7. That's probably the wombats. Is that the wombats? No, who's in here? This is... Oh, it's sand kitties. My cost-effective kitties. I love you guys. You cost me $300. Yeah, and your food quality thing is nothing. It's $97.50 versus $81.25. It's not even worth lowering it. And frankly, I wouldn't anyway. If anyone's getting grade 3 food quality, it's going to be the sand kitties. I notice we only have one sand kitty. Is there maybe another sand kitty for sale? Yep, Sophia. Sophia, you are going to go hang out with Yasser here. It's going to be very, very exciting. You go live... No, come here. I want to send you to the zoo. I want to send you to live right in there. Thank you very much. Nothing wrong with an extra sand kitty around here. Okay, so I've got a couple of options left here. I've got buffaloes in storage, and I have like 8 trillion tortoises. All right, dawn coming up. So my plan, looking at this from a broader perspective here, is we'll start to work some paths behind all of these exhibits, so the guests can see them better. The Barbarousas are about to inbreed. Yeah, they love that sort of thing. That's like their hobby. So smaller encounter, and then another smaller encounter. And then run a path down the middle here and do other smaller encounters. Going for small but quantity rather than massive. I want to stress, I'm disappointed that I can't financially afford these mega enclosures, because I really do like them. I was very pleased with what I did there, but it ain't going to work out. Let me go to animal trading. Who is... Yes, no. We've seen sand kitties. They're amazing. What have I got in storage? A whole bunch of Aldabra tortoises. Swimming in Aldabra tortoises. So many Aldabra tortoises. The buffaloes I can't release to the wild. And the capybaras. Oh, yeah. Does somebody want to pay me some money for a capybara? No, apparently not. Oh, you're juveniles. Ah, darn it. Okay, I didn't see that. I might send you back. How about you? Can I get rid of you? Yep, $269 for a capybara. Okay, so new plan. I'm going to build a giant, not a giant, because I don't want to go giant, but I'm going to build an Aldabra giant tortoise enclosure. I'm going to dump all the tortoises in. They're probably going to hate it. They're really going to hate it. But I need to start weeding them out, because I don't seem to be able to get rid of them. I'm not 100% sure why. So I know these are not all, you bought them so you can't sell them back, because we bred a bunch of them. These guys, they might be slow, but they're very quick to breed. Let me assure you of that. And then the last thing I kind of want to touch on here. By the way, we haven't even let a whole game day go by yet, I don't think. I think it's just dawn of the next day. This is another one of those episodes where I've done a lot, but I've done it all in pause mode. I apologize for that. Hopefully you're still vaguely interested in this kind of nonsense. But the last thing I want to do, that I've been advised a couple of times, and it's always kind of been in the back of my mind, like, yeah, I should probably do something about that, is marketing. And we've done no marketing. We've never advertised our zoo. We've never said, hey, come to our zoo. You'd really, really like it. What's going on down here? Why can I not do that? I guess I can. I don't know why it's brown. Well, they're all brown, Dave. All of them are brown. So for $1,000 for a year, I can put advertisements on the back of cereal boxes. I can put like Aldabra tortoises on a cereal box and go, if you eat this cereal, you're going to be strong and mighty and incredibly slow like the Aldabra tortoise. And then we'll have like a factoid about Aldabra tortoises, and the factoid will be their colossal pain in the neck. I'm not really worried about the money. I've got plenty of money. Well, right now, again, the goal is to make more money. But I've got money to run any of these ads. So what have we got here? We've got low impact marketing. I don't know. I assume that's just not going to reach a lot of people. High impact marketing obviously will. But divisive appeal. So that means like maybe some people are into it and some people are like, I'm never going to that zoo because I hate that ad. I do. I hate ads sometimes. Like, I'm not going to buy that product specifically because I hate the ad. And I should probably put in a lot more of those Habitat webcams. I've got 1.5 stars from webcams. I could get a lot more of those. Okay, somebody's going to need to remind me of that in the future. When my marketing campaign fails miserably, you can chip in and go, hey, Dave, why don't you do more webcams like you said you were going to do like 15 episodes ago? Why don't we just start small and see if this helps at all? So how about There are actually no more newspapers. I don't know what we're doing here. No, we're going to advertise our tortoises on the back of cereal boxes. Now that's going to auto renew every year. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I probably made that back, that $1,000 a year, just on fidgeting a couple of times with some of the food qualities, so that's all good. Now, do I want to start now on Mega Tortoise Enclosure, which won't actually be that big? You say that, Dave. You say that. How much space do they actually need? Because you've got 10 of them, man. Now, individually, they don't need much space. But what if you had 10? 275 square meters. I can basically throw these in a large box. Okay, 275 square meters. I got to get rid of them. It's what it's all about. Now, I have the ones that are over here by the koalas. Are those Aldabras or Galapagos? Because they're one of the two, and I'm not sure which. Yeah, you guys right here. What are you? Are you also Aldabras? You're also Aldabras. How big is your barrier? How much space do you have here? 448 square meters. I am going to make some small changes to this. I'm going to wrap this all the way around here and then bring it back to, come on, there you go, here. Okay, that is a lot of extra space that I have just granted the Aldabra tortoises. I should also probably throw up some more hard shelter because they're going to get real fussy about this. Trust me, when they see what I'm going to do, they're going to get super, super fussy. Oh, no, not that. Never mind, I'll do it myself. I want a bigger one anyway. Now, I don't even know if this is going to be big enough for all of them with the two combined, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see how this all kind of plays out here. And you've got to be somewhat smaller, right? I'm gonna do medium leaves for you. Yep, medium for you. We'll see how this all kind of plays out. And then how about another food trough, sort of anywhere at all, like there. That would be good. And then what else do we need? I never did any water in here for these guys. I mean, they've got the pipe. They have the pipe. Let's do another pipe. Remember about their navigable area, though, Dave. It's not just about area. It's about can they actually navigate it. And then you've got a bunch of toys in here. You got a lot of toys. Okay. Give me a few of these things over on this side, because now the guests are going to be able to see the fantastic Aldabra giant tortoise from way over here. So let's do that, and then give me the speaker thingamajiggy. Well, you know what? I say we're going to yell at people about tortoises. We're going to be kind of calm about tortoises, just because, hey, whole bunch of tortoises in here, like 12 of them. Never seen so many tortoises in your life, have you? Except that one's the ambiance one, Dave. You always do that. You do that every single time. So facilities, yeah, no, this one, the educational speaker, that's what we want. Now, don't take it out too far. Actually, can I put that on that tree? Because yeah, I can. Okay, because I don't want it to interfere with whatever we're telling people about over here. So the Aldabra giant tortoise, let's move that out a little bit, just so it doesn't cross the other little speaker area here. Okay. And then obviously a donation box or two would not go amiss. And let's just do the regular here too. A quick bench and a quick bin. Oh, I like that one. Oh, that's kind of nice. But don't interrupt their viewing area there. Make sure they can see the things that they need to see. And then a couple of bins like here. And then maybe one, maybe one over by the bathroom over here. Okay. Now, I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to dump every Aldabra giant tortoise I've got into this enclosure because I'm feeding them one way or the other. They may as well be, in a way, generating money by having people looking at them. And more importantly, if I take them out of the box, I know this sounds terrible when I say it, but if I take them out of the box, at some point they'll die. And then I'll be done with them. So let's rename that to Fussy Not Turtles, because that's exactly what they are. They don't like water, they don't care, they're just a pain in my neck. Let's get that moving on a little bit. I just want to see, them all in here to see, oh god, what now? Is it the capybaras again? Who died? Oh, the sun bear? Oh no! Oh, I liked my sun bear. Okay, hang on. I gotta get a new sun bear. And then I gotta deal with the zebra issue. That's the other enclosure that we've gotta kind of tighten up a little bit. Yep, I got one sun bear available. So let's adopt you and send you. Is this sun bear territory? Yes, this is definitely sun bear territory. Okay, sorry, Susul. We enjoyed your presence a lot. And then what was the other issue? The zebras. Okay, come over here. Why are the zebras hungry? Well, they're not being fed. Your nutrition is actually... Hang on, what's wrong with your social group? What's the deal? Are there too many? Too few adults and juveniles. Oh, so you don't have enough zebras. You want more zebras. Okay, I can kind of begin to cope with that, but it's going to involve completely redoing your habitat. So for right now, I'm just going to get a keeper over there to feed you, and then we're going to try and cope with it from there. All right, back to the Aldabra giant tortoises, because I ain't wrapping up until I see all these dumb tortoises in here. And while we're doing that, we've done red-hot Wolverine technology there. Excellent, good. We could look at maybe adding some new toys, if there's any new toys available. I don't know if there are. I think we've seen pretty much everything. Yeah, don't worry about it now. There's, like, literally no tortoises in here. They're coming, though. They're on their way. Where did I put the brown snake? That's over here, isn't it? Yeah, because we've done some good research on them, so we should be able to get their layout better. Yeah, there we go. You can have that. That makes you a little bit happier. How about over here? You are the new spiders, right? Do we have new layout for you? We do. You can have a basking lamp. Okay, we got a whole bunch of tortoises. Whole bunch of you guys. All right, and I think they might still be coming. Outsiders, great. This is the problem. I can't get rid of you, though. Okay, unable to breed or interact. I don't care if you do either of those things. What I need to do is get rid of you. Now, what they can use is some more food enrichment. That I can handle. That will be easy. So, enrichment and food enrichment. Have some more of these dog ball things. And have another ice cube with fruit in it. You've already got a fruit spike tree, but have another one. Okay. I need to figure out how this is going to happen. Because I have too many tortoises in here. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I don't seem to be able to get rid of them. And I better darn well make sure they're all on contraception, because we ain't going through that again. And that is probably an excellent place to call it on Planet Zoo for today. Major changes being made here. Major changes. The next target is this mega enclosure with the giraffes and the zebras. I believe warthogs live in there too. But I think condensing the larger enclosures into smaller enclosures that are hopefully going to be more cost effective. That's the goal anyway. We'll find out when the next, I guess, budget report comes out on how much these smaller places are costing me. Hopefully that can turn this around into profitability along with a little bit of marketing. So we'll see how that goes. I really don't want to resort to firing all of my good staff and hiring terrible staff. That's been suggested many, many times. Totally see the validity of it, but I gotta feel a 5-star vet is going to take care of my animals better than a 1-star vet. Even though they are costing me more, it might be worth it. So guys, do please let me know what you're thinking of Planet Zoo in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. You know, an argument could have been made that spending an obscene amount of money on researching the theater just so I can get a sign that says Electric Boogaloo may not have been my smartest move. That is a strong argument, and that's an argument that you'd probably win, frankly. Wow, naked guy sticks his hand in a beehive. This can't end well. I don't know where I would see a leather carpet, but I'm going to imagine I had to pay an entry fee to see it.
I have a cylinder. I broke Dave.
Broke Dave.
Talk amongst yourselves, I'll be back. I just dropped my controller.
Oh my goodness.